Hello, K.Jolie, Crochet Basics Preview Vlog. This is number 44 on the vlog train. So this week I was able to get the Baby Bell Cheese Ninja up. That video is up there. So also what I did, I have another tutorial coming out for the Baby Alive. So it's a oversized sweater for the smaller Baby Alive, the one without the electronics. But I am going to have adjust it for the electronic Baby Alive. And I like this one. It came out good. I made it a few times. And the ones that I made, I'm going to be selling them off on my Etsy's because I really actually don't have a need for them. I kind of just make them because people seem to like, you know, my Baby Alive patterns and stuff. But I like it. It came out good. As far as, you know, like a little sweater jacket type of thing. Because winter's coming and we want our Baby Alives to be warm, of course. And then it's great because if you, you know, if you do regular buttons, not necessarily theme buttons or whatever, then it could be for a boy Baby Alive. Because I don't have a boy Baby Alive, so I don't, like, I forget to do patterns for, you know, or whatever. Most of my patterns are geared towards, you know, little girls or whatever. And everything, and not, you know, little boys that want to be a daddy also, because that's the whole point, isn't it, of the dolls, you know, to learn parenting and stuff like that. Anyway, where else am I at? So I am still working on some other videos and some other patterns and stuff that just came to my head. I'm going to be working on some fan art of, you know, for winter type items and everything, and I guess go from there. And I think really, like, I'm not really like anywhere. So there's like all these wildfires going on and stuff like that, and where I am you can smell them. You could smell burning and stuff like that, just like I guess a year and a half ago when Canada was having those bad fires and stuff like that, like the smoke blew, you know, to the US, of course. And so the other night I sit outside at night when it's mild and I read, you know, a chapter. I try and get a chapter in and stuff like that. It's nice and quiet. So I went outside the other night. This is a weird one. And I was, like, my neighbor was fiddling, you know, and I'm in the city, you know. I'm not in, like, the city where there's buildings everywhere. But there's houses everywhere. There's two-family houses. There's apartment buildings not too far and condos and things. You know, there's not much room in between the houses and stuff like that. So, but I consider, like, you know, I'm, like, in the city. Like, you know, it's not rural. There's no farms around here or any kind of thing like that, you know, and the houses are close. And there's not really very many parks right where I am at all. So what I'm getting at is I've said before, if you're new to me, you don't know, like I've said, like, oh, raccoons and stuff come through the yard and stuff. And every time, you know, every so often an opossum comes through. You know, usually it's just stray cats. So the other night I go out, and I had been smelling the smoke coming off of, you know, the wildfires that are happening and stuff. So I go outside, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like smelling something. And I'm like, what is somebody burning a tire or something? I'm like, what's happening? Like, I'm smelling burnt rubber. And I see off, I'm looking towards the back of the yard, and I see something black moving. But I really, it's not lit up, so I couldn't really see what it was. But I'm hearing this tapping noise. It was so weird. So I'm sitting on the stoop, and I see, like, I'm like, what is that? There was a freaking skunk in the yard that had sprayed. Apparently it had sprayed because that was the smell that I was smelling or whatever. And then two raccoons came in and were like kind of squaring off with the skunk for a little bit or whatever. And I was just mesmerized. Like, I couldn't believe it. So I've just been, like, telling people, you know, I've been texting people the picture. I'm like, look at this picture. Look at this video. There's a freaking skunk in the yard, you know. So I just wanted to share how weird that was. Because I have never seen a skunk anywhere near, you know, in the woods in Jersey. Yes, okay, you know, whatever. But I just thought it was so crazy that there was a freaking skunk in the yard. And I just wanted to share that. So, but I think that's where I'm at for number 44 on the vlog train. So I will have Baby Alive patterns coming out, tutorials, and the sell-offs, you know, whatever the prototypes, or, you know, whatever you want to call them, the finished items. I am going to be selling them off on my Etsy's, because I really don't have a need for them. You know, I'm not, I like to dress them and whatever, and I like to make the outfits and stuff, because it brings me back, you know, to my childhood. You know, like, I loved playing with dolls and stuff like that. I had 2 Cabbage Patches. I had like an original Cabbage Patch with the hard face and the material body and stuff like that. And then later on, was when I was a little bit older, like, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade or something. I guess around 4th grade, around when I was 10. I got another Cabbage Patch that was the baby Cabbage Patch with a hard body and stuff and a hard head. And I love the Cabbage Patches. I love dressing up dolls, you know, it makes me happy. So I wish I was this talented when I was, you know, a kid, of course. You know, I wish I had these skills when I was a kid, because I really do love, you know, making the little outfits and stuff, you know. It's just now there's a whole lot of math involved when you do it. So, and I guess that's where I'm at. So keep an eye out, you know, if you don't crochet or whatever, you know. And even if you do crochet, if you have the Baby Alive lovers in your life and everything. And then, you know what I thought was another, not strange thing, but, like, you know, I always think most of my audience is like America and stuff like that. And with the Baby Alives, I do get comments in other languages every so often. And it's usually in Portuguese. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be surprised by that, or if that's, like, you know, like a normal, like, I'm like, wow, a Baby Alive's like, or do they have a similar doll that's, like, you know, very popular with, you know, in Portugal, or where Portuguese, you know, people are, you know. I know they're in America too, but I just, like, you know, I always have to translate, and I'm like, what is this? Is this Spanish? I'm like, that's not Spanish, you know, and it just, like, it's, but I think that's so cool. Like, you know, like, when I get the comments in other languages and stuff like that, and it's cool, and then it's not cool. It's not cool because, like, it's a little bit hard sometimes to translate, because sometimes the translation doesn't translate exact to what being asked, or, you know, what they're saying to me. And I'm always nervous about when I translate it back, you know, into the computer and stuff, if it's not exact. I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to offend or anything, you know. But I do think that's so cool that I do get, you know, the comments in the other languages and stuff like that. All right, now I'm rambling. Oh, and I just hit 9 years on YouTube. And it was funny, because I thought it was this week, the 15th. But it was the 8th. It was November 8th is when I signed up for YouTube and I started posting videos. So happy anniversary to, you know, I'm on YouTube 9 years now. So that's pretty cool. And I'm still turning out videos. So that's, like, even cooler and stuff, you know. That I haven't been, I guess, discouraged, or, you know, well, discouraged, I guess, right? Right. And people still come and check out my videos and stuff like that. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Sorry for the ramble. So keep an eye out for the patterns. And if you want the finished item or whatever, it'll be on my my Etsy's, probably my Loving Yarn Etsy's account, because that's where I sell the finished items. And I guess that's it for this one. As always, happy hooking, because it keeps you off the streets and keeps you out of trouble. And I will be back with this tutorial. This will be up there in a couple of days. Fingers crossed my computer doesn't fight me on it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. K.Jolie, Crochet Basics Preview Vlog number 44. Thank you so much. Have a super great day. Ciao.